Welcome back to Daytime Live. So we're coloring it up because Carnival Catwalk is all about here on TV. You know, it's a reality TV competition. It merges the captivating world of Carnival and high fashion for an unforgettable viewing experience. So the show airs, as I said, right here on TVJ. It airs on Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. And the best person to talk to us all about it is one of the hosts of the show, the beautiful, the amazing Kandi King. Woo!
Hi, everybody.
You look gorgeous.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love the outfit in the promo. I was like, Kandi, you.
The costume?
Girl. Yeah, man.
Let's give you
I love it. I love it. I was like,
them think that she love it.
I'm going to borrow it.
So, Kandi, tell us what inspired Carnival Catwalk and who were the driving forces as well behind it.
Right. So Carnival Catwalk is really all about carnival culture. And I know very much oftentimes when we think about carnival these days, we think about like those very skimpy costumes that we see all the time. But this is much more deep-rooted. Now we're taking you into the culture of carnival, the history of carnival. Each episode gives you another element of carnival and introduces a new element to the contestants and to the audience so that you can also go on a cultural exploration yourself throughout the show. So it's very exciting. Yes, it's where fashion meets carnival. So it's 10 designers from all over the world. It's 9 episodes, 9 challenges. But beyond just that, it is really so educational, especially for me as a Jamaican going down there. We shot the show. I learned so much. I've been in this industry for so long and for quite some time now, but I really got to learn the history behind everything, and that was actually the most exciting part of all of this. But yes, inspired by Trinidad, its culture, its history, and everything that has led up to where we are today with Carnival.
Oh, nice. All right, so you have the cast, you have the hosts, then you have just how the format is, you have the challenges.
Yes.
So if I've never seen Carnival Catwalk, how would you explain what I could expect from it when I actually
So
come
you
to
know,
watch it?
the beautiful thing about the show is that every single episode explains itself. So I mean, obviously you want to follow along because you need to keep up with what's the drama with the contestants and who got eliminated and stuff like that. But each challenge and each episode explains itself. And they were very well aware, the production crew, that people don't know as much about the carnival culture. Everybody know everything about Jamaica and our culture.
Love it.
Other cultures.
Not so much.
Just kidding. I love them. I love Trinidad and I love Carnival. And honestly, all of my hands are in Carnival, so I'm mina knock it, okay? But they're very well aware that they need to explain it to people, and people need to understand. And it is full-time that Soca and Trinidad and their culture, it is very strong, got some airtime internationally and globally. It belongs and it deserves, and it has such a rich culture. It belongs on the big screen. Very excited about it. But each episode, they explain it. They'll tell you, okay, the first episode aired last night. It was a Juve episode, and they absolutely had to explain what is Juve.
I'm glad you said that because that's
people
always
don't know.
a question.
Yeah, you hear the word. I mean, in the Caribbean, we are exposed because we would know what it is. But even in the Caribbean, if you're not a Trini, all you know is fling paint. You don't really know the history of the word, how it originated, what it started from, the slaves rebelled. It was there was a lot of history behind it. So each episode, when they introduce the element, they will explain it as well.
Awesome.
So it's great.
Awesome.
I think it's good for the culture.
Yes.
And the format of the show itself is also great.
And if I may say, it might just start giving an appreciation, of Carnival and of the culture.
And beyond just what we see that day.
Exactly.
On Carnival Day.
Yes, that's great.
I mean, it's another step in towards the direction of moving towards One Caribbean.
Absolutely.
Really. So that's really
and that's why they included me as a co-host, because the show is very rich in culture for Trinidad, as we've been talking about. But they didn't want to just make it just a Trini show, and they wanted it to have some regional appeal. And for the diaspora, they're trying to get this thing streamed internationally on some of the big international streaming platforms. So they wanted it to have Caribbean appeal, but not just Trini appeal.
Right.
So that's how I got there.
On that same note, though, talk a little bit about where the participants are from and where the hosts are from as well.
Right. So I'm one of the hosts, and I'm from Jamaica, as you guys know.
That's it.
What would you know? And then my co-host Rome, he's from Trinidad. It's his brainchild. He's one of the executive producers. And then we have 10 contestants. 5 are international and 5 are local to Trinidad.
Okay.
So there's one from Holland, from Taiwan, there's a girl from England, there's one from India, and there's a guy from Atlanta. And some of them, they would have known about Carnival, or they're parents are Trini and they would have played mass before and they have some experience in the culture, but they're not Trinis. And so it was a very interesting, they are learning too, but they're designers. They can design. And it was just a very interesting dynamic to see the ones who knew the culture and could do it. And would they, does that mean you'll actually do better if you're designing something? Or does a designer who has the background and the training, can they do something better? So it's very interesting. There's a lot of drama.
I can imagine.
Yeah, no, a lot of drama. But the contestants, I mean, for me, this first season is just so iconic for that.
All right, so hold on then now, Kandi. So since so much drama happening and such, was there at any point, like anything stood out for you? So you learned a lot, etc. But was there anything that impacted you about the culture, about the designs, the people?
I think for me, what stood out the most while being there is that I felt like an outsider when I was on my way. I'm like, I'm going to be the only Jamaican. When I got there, it's pure Trinis. The whole cast, well, the whole crew is Trini. And I was like, oh God, this is going to be awkward. I didn't feel like that at all. Everybody made me feel so welcomed. If I needed a bottle of water, the sound man would have go get it. It didn't have to be, you know, the person who was assigned to bring. Anybody would just facilitate all of my needs, and I felt really included, and it was such a warm, receptive welcome to me. So I didn't feel like an outsider, and that is what has stood out to me the most about this project is the people who work on it, more than anything else.
We need to hear some more. We need to hear some more of that. Okay, so where can audiences tune in to this series?
So audiences can tune in on TVJ right here 9:30 on Thursdays, and it's also streaming internationally on Pavilion Plus and regionally all across the Caribbean on Flow, as well as I think in Trinidad on CNC3.
Okay, so awesome. So you know social media is a thing.
Yep.
So any kind of handles that people can follow?
We have the show handle, which is Carnival Catwalk TV, and then my personal handle, which is King Kandi.
Awesome.
Great.
Awesome, Kandi. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
And remember, I'm coming for the costume.
For sure.
Kandi King.
But remember, I'll call you. You don't call me.
Okay. I'll call your people. Your people call me.
That's it.
Okay, I'm gonna watch you after the show. So, Kandi King.
Craig, you want a costume?
No.
I don't
want a costume. What we could get it for his wife. She would look magnificent.
Oh my God. That never did it?
Okay, so remember to check on your loved ones. I agree.